Yeah, so hello everyone. Kind of a short video this week. I'm currently working on some other really big projects, and so I just thought that for this Friday I would show off something that is a hobby near and dear to my heart, as you all have noticed over the years. I love video games, and I have a sizable collection of things and oddities and whatnot. And I thought I would just make a short video to show all you guys. And so let's get to it. Let's flip the camera the other way. All right, so here we are. Please excuse the mess. There's some things that are not quite organized just yet, and so we'll start with let's start with the consoles first. That'd be great. So on top here, I have a Atari XE game system. This is probably the most unique thing that I have, but I don't play it that much, but it is there. I also have a 1050 disk drive to go with it. I have a Sharp Twin Famicom, if you don't know. The company Sharp got the rights, apparently, to make a Famicom system. And so they made a combo system. Instead of having like the disk drive on top of the Famicom, it's a 2-in-1. So you have the disk drive there and you have the cartridge on top. Pretty dope, pretty dope. Under the Star Wars lineup thing, I have my Atari 2600. It is the Vader model, so it's not the wood grain, sadly, but that is what I could find at the time. Coming down here, we have, you know, the classic boy, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Honestly, one of my favorite ones, as you may have saw from my other video. We got the Super Nintendo, which is also really up there. It's a good one, next to the Nintendo 64. Great thing right there. This shelf occupies my GameCube, my Wii U, and the fucking disaster of a controller the Wii U had. This one I had the PS2, the Fat Boy and the Slim Boy. I got the original Xbox right here. Whew, I'm out of breath. Right here I have two models of the Sega Genesis. I have the Model 2 and the classic Model 1. And let me just say this right now, when it comes to collecting, I have never once got lucky with the Genesis console. Every console I ever owned worked for a little bit and then died. So thank you, Sega, for making great consoles. On this end, I have some of the classic consoles, the classic editions. As you can see, we got the NES and the Super Nintendo, and the failure that was the Sony PlayStation Classic. You could have been so good. You could have been so fantastic, but you dropped the ball. Same with you, you fucker. Yes, I do own an Ouya. No, I did not buy it day one. Yes, I am kind of stupid for buying it after it got, you know, taken off the market. I bought it for museum purposes, for collection purposes, all right? Just get off my ass. And over here, I have my handhelds. I got a Game Boy Color here. I've got the Game Boy Advance sitting right there. I got the 2DS, as you see right there. And this, believe it or not, is actually my original childhood Nintendo DSi with the turquoise blue color. I love this thing. I wish I played it more often still as an adult, but I lost the charger for all of these. That's fantastic. And now we have to walk to the living room to show off my Xbox Series X. There was a PS4, but I think the wife did something like that. And they got a Atari 2600 Plus, you know, because it's old school, right? Now, I do have a Switch. It is on my desk. It's right there. Nice, very nice. Hello, Stormtrooper. All right, now let's get to the games. Nah, I'm just joking. Let's go up here. We got some things up here. We got a third-party Zap gun for the NES. You know, that's I don't have a CRT television anymore, so that doesn't really work for me. I got this from the Destroy Humans PS4 Deluxe Edition. Believe it or not, I got it from GameStop. The whole Deluxe Edition was 20 bucks. They put the wrong sticker on it, and apparently I got a good deal, so boom. Got one of those miniature Mortal Kombat arcade systems. I got the Pac-Man Connect Play. I don't know how I got this. I'm not a big fan of plug-and-play systems. Got a whole thing here of floppy disks for the Atari XE computer system that I showed over there. Now this thing, this is a miniature Galaga system, and this thing has a little bit of history. So for those of you who don't know, I lost my father 2019 due to cancer, and for one of his last birthday presents, I gave him this because he's a massive fan of Galaga. And so we shared the same love for the game, and yeah, ever since when he passed, I kind of kept it for myself, and now I keep it on the shelf to remember him. So yeah. All right, so enough crying. Let's go down here. So how I organize my games is I go from company in alphabetical order. So from Nintendo to Xbox, and then it kind of just loses its track. I kind of just throw things in coordinates. We'll get to that. And then I go by console, and then all the games are organized by their names. So of course we have the NES section on the top here, just to point out some really good ones. If you have never played Blades of Steel, you should. It's a fantastic game. Castlevania, fantastic, wonderful game. Castlevania 2, I wish I could say anything about that, but it's not. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, made famous by AVGN. Yes, I did buy that, and I bought it for an amount that I'm not proud of. Of course, we have the Gold Legend of Zelda card. Fantastic game. Probably the best game of the NES, the Mega Man 2. Sadly, I don't own Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but I do have Punch-Out. Solar Jetman, definitely a very underrated game for the NES. Super C, one of my favorites. And then, of course, you see we have Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, Mario Bros. 2, Mario Bros. 3. Well, you can't have an NES system collection without the Mario Bros., right? And then we have onto the Super Nintendo. We can't forget about our old classic Bubsy. I mean, this is just a fantastic game. Castlevania Dracula X was actually really good for the system, very underrated. And then here come all the people saying that it's not. Doom, great game. My favorite game of all time, but it's shit on the Super Nintendo. From my understanding, Donkey Kong Country is Ian's favorite. I do like it, but it's not my favorite. It continues on down here. Believe it or not, this is actually a childhood favorite of mine, TMNT Tournament Fighters. And then, of course, I have all 3 Mortal Kombats. I do not have Ultimate Mortal Kombat, though. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I don't have that, sadly. All right, now we have the N64. And as you can tell, I try to label these best I can. You can't go without mentioning the classic Conker's Bad Fur Day, along with Diddy Kong Racing. That label is god fucking awful. But I got it for cheap and it works, so it's good. Super Smash Bros. I mean, what else can you say about that? Got Perfect Dark. And we have Quake 1 and Quake 2. Quake 2. The least said about those games, the better. Fantastic franchise, just it did not work well for the N64. Alright, so what's after N64? The GameCube. Funny enough, I didn't grow up with the GameCube. I just kind of discovered that as an adult. I had this for the PS2. This is so much better than the GameCube though. If you know, you know. And of course we have Tak, The Power of Juju. Fantastic game. And then Tony Hawk games. I mean, how can you go wrong with this? Then we have the Wii, and then Wii U. I'll say this about the Wii games, because I mean, some of these are good, some are bad, but this one, no, wrong one, put it back. This is a very underrated Wii game. If you can find this and have a Wii or Wii U, please pick this up. This is a fantastic game. And then Wii U, we have, I mean, this was good. And then, I mean, this was also pretty good. Pretty much, yeah, Wii U just kind of sucked. This was good though. Hold on, that was a good game. But once again, collector's purposes. It's not actually fun. And then of course we have the Switch. When it comes to the Switch, you know, you got your Animal Crossing, you know, the good stuff there. You got Doom and Doom Eternal, you know. I got this physical copy from the Limited Run Collector's Box Set, which I think is over there. Yeah, it's over there. Pokemon Shield. This is the only Pokemon game that I own that I try to get into, and I've come to learn I'm not that big of a fan. Smash Bros. Ultimate. Fucking fantastic. Now this was kind of a surprise hit, not gonna lie. Very good, very good. Fuck this game. Just straight up fuck this game. Unfair bullshit. Keeping on with Nintendo, we have DS games here. Yeah. DS games, some were good, some were bad. Super Mario Bros. Was pretty good. And I also have Famicom games right here. If you can believe it, I actually own Takeshi's Challenge, one of the hardest games of all time. And I'm also a very proud owner of Super Chinese. No, this is not a ROM hack. This is how the game was titled. This is actually Kung Fu in America. Alright, so now let's go to the PlayStation. Starting on PS1, we have a good old classic game from my childhood. We have Buzz Lightyear Star Command. If you know, you know. And of course we have Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, which was just a classic. Alright, that's all I got for PS1 games that are highlights. We got PS2 over here though. I grew up with this. This is my wheelhouse right here. I mean, you guys Destroy All Humans 2. I don't have one on PS4 or PS2 yet. Please give me patience. I got Dragon Ball Z Budokai, one of the best ones. We got Dragon Ball Z Sagas. That was interesting. We got the Grand Theft Auto trilogy from PS2. Guitar Hero games. We got Jackass. We got the underrated classic Madagascar. That was a great movie and a great game. Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. I mean, I absolutely fucking goated. Same with Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights, absolutely goated. And we can't forget the combo pack of the Shrek Super Slam and the Shrek 2, Spider-Man 2, of course, you know. And then, yeah, that's all the highlights, except for SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. That's a good game. I don't have any PS3 games, never owned a PS3, so we have PS4 here. PS4, I have Dark Souls. I also have Call of Duty, ignore all of that. Dark Souls, I haven't beat a single one yet, but they're good. Last of Us Remastered. Oh, Kingdom Hearts behind that terrible game. Well, Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 are fantastic. Of course, we have Spider-Man and Spyro. And yeah, and then we have the terrible Tony Hawk Pro Skater game. And now let's head over to the Xbox. So for those who are not familiar, Burger King used to have games for Kids Meal toys. And yeah, these are the three that they had. Big Bumpin' is by far the best one of the collection. Of course, we got Morrowind. Why wouldn't we have it? Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, fantastic game. Of course, we have Halo 1 and Halo 2. And probably the best skateboarding game of all time, we have Tony Hawk's Underground. Alright, let's go to the 360, find some games here that are notable. Dead Island was actually really good. Yes, I have Deadpool. We got Oblivion, we got Skyrim. Of course, we have Fallout 3 in New Vegas. Fantastic games. And as you can tell, I love Halo. And childhood favorite of mine, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. And then we have these over here. Now let's go to the Xbox One. Xbox One has some fantastic games. Of course, Doom. Doom is always good. Along with Doom Eternal, can't go wrong with that. We got the Elden Ring here. We got the Fallout 4 right there. We got the Fallout 4 right there. We got the Grand Theft Auto 5. We've got the Red Dead Redemption 2. Fantastic. Probably my best game, my second favorite game of all time. And then we come down here and we have Resident Evil. I recently bought some Resident Evil games to try it out, and I never got around to playing them, so that's how that is. And of course, we have some wrestling games. 2K15 was pretty good. 2K22 is in the living room. And then we have the hard garbage 2K20. And last but not least, we're going to go through a few things here. We have some Atari 2600 games here. Best one is Yar's Revenge, straight up. If you want to know what an Atari XE computer game looks like, it looks like this. If you've never played Flight Simulator 2 on the Atari XE computer, then what the fuck are you doing in your life, bro? And of course, we got some Genesis games here. I can't play them because the system doesn't work. And then I have my PC games over here, back when, you know, PC games had disc trays in them. We got the terrible SimCity, and then we also got Sims 3. Pretty good. We got Doom 3 in box. We got Morrowind in box. We have Diablo 2 and its expansion in box, along with Diablo 3. One of my favorite actual PC games that I have in box is Diablo Game of the Year Edition. And this thing was fucking chunky. Then of course I have StarCraft, the StarCraft 1 and the expansion, and I have Quake 2 and Quake 3. And yeah, I do have a PS4 VR, but I forgot where the hookups are, so I'm kind of stuck without it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. If you're curious, most of my gaming done nowadays is on the PC. It's no longer on these, but I do pop these out occasionally and play them. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like. Leave a comment as to a game that you saw that you have a childhood memory from, or just leave a comment about a gaming memory that you have, and that'd be kind of cool. And yeah, hopefully next video will be better. And yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.